3.2 on our agenda. I'll entertain a motion to approve our agenda for this evening.
Move to approve.
I got a motion. Is there a second? I got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 .3, moment of silence. Again, this month we lost some of our family. Rosalie Fuchs Atkinson, retired food service worker from Delmar Elementary. Ethel McCrae Hines, retired supervisor, personnel, student services. Christian Long Jr., retired teacher, Y Junior High and Wicomico High. And Sandy Waller, retired teacher, Bennett Junior High and James M. Bennett. At this time, in your own way, please observe a moment of silence. Thank you. 3.4, we have a special recognition tonight. It's a tribute, I believe, Dr. Hanlon.
Mrs. Waller, would you join us, please? Very, very important. We want to pay tribute to Maria Waller. This is her last board meeting with us, and we truly appreciate your service to the school system. So I will read this if somebody wants to hold it. Whereas Mrs. Maria A. Waller has served Wicomico County Public Schools faithfully and loyally as a member of the Board of Education from July 2016 to December 2018, and whereas Mrs. Waller has consistently supported the mission of the school system to provide all students an educational foundation and a set of skills which will enable them to become responsible and productive citizens in our society, and whereas she has taken her responsibilities as a board member seriously by encouraging family and community involvement in public education as evidenced by giving support to and participating in various activities of the Wicomico County school system, and whereas Mrs. Waller has served as a member of the Curriculum Council as an alternate representative to the Salisbury Area Chamber of Commerce and has participated in the various activities of the Maryland Association of Boards of Education, MABE, and whereas she has, with her business, human resources, and staffing background, helped to guide this board's financial direction, decision-making, and policy-setting processes, and has consistently supported the commitment of the school system to ensure a safe and productive school environment for all students and staff by advocating for safe school initiatives, and has regularly supported our efforts to partner with business, family, and faith communities. And whereas Mrs. Waller has been instrumental in providing support for Imagine 2022, including vision points for the future, kindergarten readiness, an increased graduation rate, and a high-performing workforce, and has supported instructional programs, including early childhood education, the first middle school signature program, visual and performing arts, career and technology education, extracurricular programs including athletics, Destination Imagination, and other after-school and summer school opportunities, and has embraced the work associated with the Maryland College and Career Readiness Standards and the evolution of the Every Student Succeeds Act, ESSA, accountability model, and whereas she has strongly advocated support for adequate funding for public education and capital projects locally and throughout the state of Maryland, and with her expertise has worked to improve communications between the board and local officials for the betterment of the school system and for the community at large, And whereas Mrs. Waller has been involved in the long-range plans for renovating and building new school facilities to improve the quality of education in Wicomico County, including Parkside High, Wicomico Middle, East Salisbury Elementary, West Salisbury Elementary, Bennett Middle, Delmar Elementary, Beaver Run Elementary, and Choices Academy, and has supported the balancing of enrollment across middle schools to provide equal opportunities for all students. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Education of Wicomico County expresses its gratitude to Mrs. Maria A. Waller for her 2.5 years of dedicated service to the students, families, and staff of Wicomico County Public Schools, and be it further resolved that the Board of Education of Wicomico County publicly recognizes Mrs. Waller's contributions to local education and to the Maryland Association of Boards of Education, and be it further resolved that a copy of this tribute be presented to Mrs. Maria A. Waller and a copy be spread upon the minutes of the Board of Education of Wicomico County this 13th day of November 2018. Congratulations and thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. You want to get in between us?
Thank you.
Let's see, where'd you have this, Nikki?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
.5 student representatives to the board, which is always a highlight for us. There's been a little switch up here tonight, but that's all right. Representing Parkside High School at the table, Ashley Steelman. How are you doing? Good. What's going on at Parkside? Sarah, you can come up here.
First.
You must have been bashful and didn't want to sit up front. You must have been bashful and didn't want to sit up front.
I'll come next time, I promise.
That's all right.
Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board. We would like to share with you the great things that have happened at Parkside in the past month. On October 18th, we had a school-wide pep rally that had events including a dance-off, a flag football game, and a pie-eating contest. It was extremely spirited, and everyone enjoyed it. The next day, on October 19th, we had a thrilling homecoming, which had a record-breaking amount of students in attendance, at 670. In other record-breaking news, football had their first playoff game in 10 years, and students had the opportunity to show their support by riding a spirit bus to the game. The football coach, Coach Riley, also received Football Coach of the Year. Field hockey won the Bayside South and the field hockey coach, Kimberly Pelote, received Coach of the Year. Senior Mara Mears was awarded Player of the Year, and Senior Hannah Mascara was awarded Goalie of the Year.
Girls soccer senior Mackenzie Rush won Heisman Award for Parkside, and boys soccer senior Asher Amy won Parkside and its state finalist for the Heisman Award as well. Our school also recently participated in the Maryland College Application Week, and each student in a senior English class applied to a Maryland college or began their application, and they were rewarded cookies if they completed it. Anne did extremely well at the ACCs and placed 10th, and the Parkside Players Drama Club put on a wonderful showing of Dracula this past Thursday and Friday. We are looking forward to the rest of the American Education Week and to our Thanksgiving break and the renovations that will begin at the gym during the winter break.
Thank you. From Ardella High School, Tiana Stetton.
Okay. So a lot's happened since the last time I saw y'all. We had our homecoming dance, which was beautifully decorated, and Zakira Ward and Cade Nutter won Homecoming King and Queen, and the students danced the night away at the Rustic Romance themed dance. Throughout October, we announced facts about bullying prevention and ended the month with a video celebrating differences and accepting others. Our Honor Society held Harvest Fest on October 26th. The students got into groups and decorated sections of the school with a different theme. Some of the themes were Disney Princesses, Mad Scientist, and my group did Scooby-Doo. Children were able to trick-or-treat throughout the school that evening, and there was a great turnout. Our band held Bingo Mania on November 3rd, and that had a great turnout as well. In addition, we had our first practice for our Christmas parades last week, and we look forward to building on that tomorrow night. Our sports teams ended the season strong, and freshman Zoe DePasqua went to states for cross-country. Throughout this week, our SGA is holding a canned food drive competition throughout the school. The winning grade gets to pick teachers to be pied on the day before Thanksgiving break. And we actually have like a thing where we can do special requests for teachers. So one of our teachers got a lot of requests to be put on the list of teachers that volunteered to get pied. And so that helps students like bring in more cans if they know like who it's going towards. And last night, Mardella held its Veterans Day program. The chorus, orchestra, and band performed songs to honor those who have served our country. And then essays written by students about veterans were read, and we had a guest speaker share his personal experiences in the military and tell how much Veterans Day means to him. And our Red Cross Club is participating in the Stop the Bleed training today for staff who have volunteered as well on our Red Cross Club members. This training will teach us how to use tourniquets and other first aid measures, and Zoe DePasqua, Red Cross president, and I, or not me, and Ms. Hastings will be on Dumb Rubber Live this Thursday to discuss the initiative. And we will be celebrating our seniors who have already been accepted to UMES on site, and as well as those who will be accepted to SU on site this Friday. And the band will march through the hallways, and we'll play our fight song and award them with their on-site acceptance letters. And Sammy the Seagull is going to be there too. And then lastly, our SGA and a few student volunteers will be babysitting kids age 4 through 10 for a Parents' Night Out event. We'll have crafts, games, and dinner for the kids, so make sure you tell anyone you know with young children. And that'll be on December 7th.
Was your guest speaker last night General Sarbanes?
I can't remember his name, if I'm being honest.
He told me he was speaking. From Why, Darren Nelson.
Hello.
Here you.
I'm good. How about yourself? All right. Hello, board members. A lot has happened since our last meeting in October. We had hosted our annual homecoming this year, and this year we added something new. The haunted aspect of homecoming was very popular, and we have received a lot of positive student responses regarding the haunted house. The dance also received a lot of positive feedback. With the celebrity DJ, we both doing an amazing job. The pep rally was also very successful as we included many new activities such as Wahai themed Family Feud, musical chairs, and of course our annual class tug of war tournament. We recognized our fall sports teams as usual, with special distinction to our seniors, having their names called out separately. The homecoming game was a minor setback for our Crucial Catch fundraiser for the rain caused us to cancel our hot chocolate stand, which we received a lot of support for last year. Although our football team did beat Easton 24-6, and the senior night activities were still held. Furthermore, regarding sports news, our unified tennis team won second place in states and first in districts. Teams from Wahai also placed first and second in soccer at the Special Olympics held at the Crown Sports Center. Many Wahai students volunteered at this event. The Wahai community is very proud of the adaptive art teacher, Ms. Patani, who was recognized as the secondary art teacher of the year by the Maryland Art Educators Association. I would like to thank the Community Foundation of the Eastern Shore who provided funding for 12 students who traveled to Philadelphia to tour colleges. During this trip, they met up with 2 alumni from the county. Wahai alumni Steve Lee met with the group at Haverford, and JMB grad Karen Murphy was our unofficial tour guide at Princeton. All the students found at least one college they loved and lots of inspiration for their post-secondary education. The first quarter PBIS incentive is November 20th. PBIS has also revamped the positive referral program with great success. Over 60 students will be recognized for their positive contributions to the school community with a Thanksgiving-themed lunch. I hope this was very informative, and thank you all for having me.
Thank you. And from JMB, Ron, how are you?
God, going fall.
So you got a new necktie now.
I really do.
I expect you to wear it the next meeting.
That's the highlight of my day.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Palmer. Really appreciate it. All right, so I want to start off with our annual homecoming week at James and Bennett High School, the best school in the county. Yeah. So we've just had our fall spirit week with days like Character Day for homecoming and our Tacky Tourist Day and Twin Day and Red Out Friday and things like that. We've just had our fall pep rally with incredible spirit from our students. And we've just had our homecoming game where we beat White High 37-0. So, there's that. We've had our homecoming dance with more than 700 students attending. We had the gym open, and a lot of students were just jamming the night out with some good music and good company, of course. Yeah. So our boys soccer made it to semifinals, which is incredible. We're really proud of them. Our football team made it to the regional finals, so that's really impressive, and we're all really rooting for them. Hopefully they get to the finals. They will get to the finals. And we just had our drama club put on Our Town. I don't know if you guys know that play, but honestly one of the best plays I've ever seen in my life, and probably because I haven't seen a lot of plays, but I was but definitely loved it. An awesome experience. Really looking forward to more plays by them. We had two students, Michael Lee and Michael Evanestian, made it to the second round of the University of Maryland's College Park's second round of their math competition. So honestly, I don't think a lot of students are able to do something like that. So that was really impressive, and we're all really proud of them. We've just had our college application week with a specific day designed for our ESOL students, where we give them the support and the help they need to make sure that they also go to college, and just like every other students. We've also had our SU on-site admissions, and a lot of positive feedback came from that. So we're really happy with that. Now, right now, we're working on American Education Week. Of course, we're having parents every day, and that's going really good. Now, our Leo Club is planning a field trip to Arlington Cemetery, where we put wreaths over the graves and honor the ones that have passed away. And thank you to Bob Lincoln for that. So I'm really excited for that. So that's going to be pretty awesome. And our Leo Club is also working on their annual gingerbread competition. So looking forward to that. And we're also doing this tree decorating contest, which we do every year. But this is really special to me because all of our clubs and organizations at Bennett decorate trees, and we have a contest, and all the trees at the end go to families in need. So that's honestly really beautiful, and I'm really happy that we could do things like that. So right now, the biggest thing that we have going on is our winter movie night, which we're doing something special this year, and that is including all the schools to participate. So it won't just be exclusive to GMB students, it'll be all the schools in the county. So Y High students, Mardella, every high school in the county can come and attend. Now, my favorite thing that's going on right now is our winter holiday spirit week, where we have days like Ugly Sweater Day and holiday pajama days, and something new that we're trying, actually, Flannels and Fuzzy Socks Day, which is a little weird, but students were rooting for it, so we're really happy that all that is going through. Honestly, we're doing the best we can, and everyone's really excited for the holiday season and just looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Now you see why we enjoy this. We hear everything's going on in all those high schools. 3.6 on the agenda, public comments, and I did not receive any. So we don't have any public comments. Moving on, 3.7, Superintendent's Report. Dr. Hanlon.
I have a few things. As the board is aware, we have been, over the course of the last few months, communicating with the board and with the community the information pertaining to the Every Student Succeeds Act and the accountability model that we will be following as it relates to ESSA. And we're not going to go through this whole the model with you again, but I did want Dr. Briggs to bring you up to date on one minor change that the state board agreed on since the last time we reported to you. So, Dr. Briggs.
Yeah, last time we shared this information, we were under the impression that the star ratings were going to be based upon the percentile rank for the entire school, or for all schools throughout the state of Maryland. And you'll still see that column on each one of the school categories for elementary, middle, and high. However, that is not, the percentile ranking is not what the star rankings are going to be based upon. They're going to be based upon the percentage of points earned, which is that middle column for each of the 3 designated areas. So it's just important to distinguish that correction. And again, that was made by the state board at their October 23rd meeting. So we needed to clarify that information for everybody. One other point is just that bottom bullet point there where total possible points must be 45. That greatly affects our primary schools. So our primary schools, pre-K 1 and 2, whose students do not take the PARCC assessments, those students will not be able to earn points towards their star rating, so they will not receive one. Although they'll still receive a great report card, they will not be assigned a star rating.
Thank you, Dr. Briggs.
No
and
problem.
just to remind everyone that the state board will announce and disseminate the star ratings for all schools in Maryland at their December 4th board meeting. And we will be shortly thereafter communicating that within our community and our schools. I know that in the schools, principals have been sharing this information with, or at least the model and the multiple measures that make up that model, with school faculties, with parents at PTA meetings. And so we're trying to get the word out as best as possible so that when those star ratings are announced, as much as possible, community members will understand what goes into those star rankings. So thank you again, Dr. Briggs. I am going to now turn it over to Mrs. Saylor. Mr. Butler's unable to be with us this evening, and Mrs. Saylor is going to be announcing our Extra Mile Award winners.
All right, it's my pleasure to get to stand in for Paul Butler tonight and deliver some good news about a couple of our staff members who have really gone the extra mile and earned Extra Mile Awards for the month of October. And we're going to start with Tanya Wilson, the Dean of Students at Wicomico Middle School. Come on up so we can talk about you while you're up here. So she was nominated by her principal, Tara Obarski. And she said she's a beacon of light for Y Middle. She constantly goes above and beyond to bring out the best in those she comes in contact with on a daily basis. She goes out of her way to boost morale and create a positive environment in which to learn and work. And here's a few of the things that she's done this year to spread kindness, positivity, and encouragement. She's provided treats for the 7th grade team of teachers. She initiated a high five kindness activity with the 7th graders. And she started a You Deserve Award where students are nominated and the top 5 winners get a token prize. And she even delivers those prizes and awards to the students' homes so that she can present them to the student with their family, which is very special. So you're very worthy of this Extra Mile Award, and we're so happy to have that presented to you. Congratulations. And we have another Extra Mile Award, and this one, it's amazing we got him away from his computer. It is Paul Santoni, and he is an analyst. Come on down, Paul. I know he's good because he helped me out just today. If the Extra Mile Award was not created for Paul Santoni, it probably should have been. He goes above and beyond to quietly and professionally support student success, provide expert help to school and central office administrators, and enhance communications with families using School Messenger. He's got unparalleled customer service skills and an incredible understanding of our student information system. He's always there to help, and when the phone rings, he picks it up on the first ring. He stops whatever he was doing. He never tells somebody he's busy, and he helps solve whatever the issue is. Will he stay late to help somebody? Probably every day. Will he volunteer, stand up and volunteer to cover for a coworker who's sick? He just does the work. So he really exceeds expectations, and countless dollars are saved because he takes on projects that could or should be outsourced. So Paul, we thank you. You are certainly worthy of this Extra Mile Award, and he was nominated by his technology colleagues Gene Dwiggins and Bob Langan.
And finally, Mrs. Jones, our grants report.
Good evening. During the month of October, there were 8 grants that were funded. We had 3 from the Maryland State Department of Education, 2 for 2 of our after-school programs, Project Move and Summer Slam program, as well as the Step Up. And the third one was the Sexual Harassment and Assault Prevention program. We had 2 funded through the Maryland State's Arts Council for Pemberton Elementary and Glen Avenue, and 1 from the Chesapeake Bay Trust for $5,000 to support environmental literacy in Newees. We also have the grant for the playground grant for Del Mar. They received $48.65 to support their playground initiative. And also the Maryland Association of Board of Education granted $96,853 for risk control reward approval, which will help secure the vestibule at Prince Street. We had 4 grants submitted during the month of October, totaling $441,376. The Stars Leap program, which is yet another after-school program that will be held at Chipman, Prince Street East, and also a summer program for first and second graders at Prince Street. And that program should serve approximately 260 students if approved. Again, the risk control reward approval was actually submitted during the same month that it was approved. And which one was that? Community Foundation of the Eastern Shore. We had the middle school One County One book program that was submitted for $4,998. And another playground grant for Prince Street Elementary for $6,790. So far this year, since July 1, for the Maryland State Department of Education grants, we have requested $5,353,560.33, and we have been funded $3,726,820. For 9 state grants, funds requested total $598,247. Amount funded, $465,176. And combined grants, $5,951,807.33. And we have been funded $4,191,900. I can't even speak tonight. I'm sorry. $4,191,966. And I stand for any questions.
I don't have any questions, but I'm amazed what you do.
Thank you.
Because if you weren't out there scratching for all this extra money, it wouldn't be losing out to be these students. And I want to thank you. And I know I've told you before, but please keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And I just
very
want to
much.
add to and specifically commend Laura Bounds
Yes.
for two of those big grants that are our after-school programs and summer programs.
Mm-hmm.
Of the $831,000 earned over the course of the last month, Laura's responsible for $717,000.
Yes, she is.
And also, Carl Vincent is responsible for securing the MABE grant for the secure vestibule at Prince Street. So, and everyone works closely with Courtney to make those great things happen. So,
Yes.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Very much.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you. 4.1. Approval of the open session minutes. Everyone's had the opportunity to look over them. October the 2nd, work session. And October the 9th, regular meeting.
Move we approve the minutes.
I got a motion to approve.
Second.
And a second. Any discussion on them? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, same. Moving on to consent items from 5.1 to 5.6. Everybody's had the opportunity to go over them. Question. I think some questions that come out, but they've been taken care of. Anybody got any questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve them.
Move to approve.
I got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. .1. Three Wicomico County High School marching bands, James and Bennett, Parkside, and Y High, recently qualified and completed at the Atlantic Coast Championship for the tournament of bands in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Each band had requested monetary support to assist with the expense incurred. Is there a motion to approve the donation of $22 and $50, $750 per band to assist with the travel expenses? And I already got a motion.
Second.
And a second. Any discussion?
Aye.
I know we have some people sitting here before us, but yeah.
Thank you.
All those.
Thank you.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. See, that was easy.
We just want to say thank you. I'm not a high school student. I am the band director at Y High.
Oh, is that right? I thought you were the student. I'm sorry.
I'm here with Danny Davis. He's a junior at Y High. We do want to say thank you for all the support that we get in this room. I know I butted heads with a couple people trying to get some things at Y High, but we do appreciate everything that is done, and the students especially appreciate it. They are sending out thank you notes in the past week or so, and we really do appreciate it. Danny wants to say anything?
I'd just like to say, from the student perspective, ACCs is really the highlight of the season. It's the cumulative build-up from the beginning of band camp in July to November. It's all we can think about. So your support in helping us get there really does mean a lot, and I hope it continue in the future. It means a lot. Thank you.
Okay, well, you're looking at 3 Y graduates up here.
One try.
I had the opportunity to see Mark and his band perform on Saturday at the Showcase of Schools, and I was so impressed, as I told you that day. What a wonderful job your band does.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. We'll be at basketball games with Coach Waller.
All right.
So come see us
Very
in
good.
December.
Very good.
I just wanted to point out that all 3 high schools that compete in ACCs all made ACCs, which is spectacular. Mardella doesn't compete in that type of competition, but anyways, it's a lot to be proud of, and congratulations to the season you had.
Thank you. Appreciate
And
it.
Rockman, I saw Bennett's band too, and they were very good as well. Sorry about that.
And Bennett did beat Y High. Just want to throw that out.
I was actually going to mention something about Y High band. It was pretty awesome.
Thank
you know how Salisbury University does not have like a marching band. So the fact that you guys would come out and be there for their football games, that's pretty awesome. So thank you so much for what you do. I really, truly appreciate it. And all the band kids from Bennett also appreciate it.
Yeah, we were afforded a great opportunity to perform at the Salisbury University game versus Wesley, November 3rd, I believe it was, and they appreciated our presence there, and we have already been invited back for next year.
Oh, that's great.
So we're just trying to put Wicomico County Public Schools out there for sure.
Thank you.
In the best
Thank
way
you
possible.
for doing that.
And when you have another school compliment you, that's even better.
Exactly. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I also just wanted to say to be able to compete and make the level competition in ACCs is really something to be very proud of. I think everybody was in the top 25, which is a huge regional area. ACCs is a monster area, and so congratulations to you all.
6.2. Attached is a recommendation supporting the controller and chief financial and operating officer to dissolve the existing 401A match plan trustee group. This recommendation was presented in the October 18th superintendent's update to the board. Upon the recommendation of the superintendent, is there a motion to dissolve the existing 401A match plan trustees group as presented?
So moved.
I have a motion.
Second.
And I have a second. Discussion.
I don't have anything to add, but I'm available for any questions that you have.
Well, I think for the public, just given that might be watching, a reason why we're dissolving it.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a redundancy. We have an investment committee that we're actually going to formalize the approval of, hopefully in the next board agenda item. And it was a couple community members on the trust. They were never able to meet. It just, no one really ever showed up, and we don't contribute to the 401 anymore because we had to cut it due to the budget restraints. But it still is very important, obviously, and we think we can cover everything we need with this investment committee. And we don't feel we need the trust as well. We think it's redundant. And like I said, the participation had really kind of fallen off. So.
Okay. I think, did we take a vote? I think we did, didn't we?
Yeah.
All right. 6.3.
No, we have to
I think
vote
we
on
did.
this.
I thought I asked if we took the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Keep me straight. 6.3. Attached is a recommendation supported by the Controller and Chief Financial and Operating Officer to approve the members listed below to be the Defined Benefit Investments Committee. Jane Moore, Unit 1 Representative. Lori Batts, Unit 2 Representative. Paige Larimore, Unit 3 Representative. Mark Miller, Unit 4 Representative. Vince Pavick, Executive Representative. Tina Benson, Plan Representative. Jesse Reed, Chairman. And Carl Vinson, Secretary. Upon the recommendation of the superintendent, a motion to approve the recommended members to the Defined Benefit Investment Committee as presented.
Move to approve.
I got a motion
Second.
and a second. Discussion.
Again, this is just more of a formality. We've always had this committee, or at least since 2008 or 2009. But with the dissolution of the 401A trust, we thought it was a good idea to present the members to you as a formal presentation for your approval, hopefully.
Is this a one-year term?
Is it 2-year terms? I'll have to double check on that.
Yeah, there's a set of bylaws, and the bylaws will determine it.
Have the bylaws.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I'll get back to you.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you.
6.4 personnel matters, informational only. We've had the opportunity. Okay. 7.1 board members report. Mr. Brown, I'm going to let you go first.
Okay. I'll first just like to thank each one of you who supported me in any way for my reappointment to the board. Happy to work with you. Some of you were kind enough to let me put signs in your yard, and some of you encouraged some of your friends who are in my district to vote for me, so that's greatly appreciated. So I'm looking forward to continuing to work with you, the administrative staff here at the Board of Ed, to do all that we can to make every day an enjoyable, rewarding one for the students here in the Wicomico County Public School System. Secondly, I had an opportunity with some other board members to see the kids over at Choices beginning to transition back to their home school, in which each one of them were given a bicycle and those kinds of things. And I was really happy to see the kinds of agencies that are now partnering with the Choices, so that's going to be a big asset for that program. The one thing, if any of you are aware, that it kind of concerned me to see them riding around those bicycles. They kind of blocked the street, but none of them had helmets on. So if that becomes a problem, please let me know, because I do have some inside tracks with Rotary and the Dining Wheels Foundation and Parts of Word Foundation, so we can find some helmets so that we don't send kids home with bicycles without helmets anymore. Okay. And the last thing, I had an opportunity with some of the others to be out at the mall on Saturday to see the process there. And as most of you know, I walk at the mall a lot, and there were about, I guess, maybe 25 or 30 of us, and they were really pleased to see what was going on and some of the things that the schools were doing. And they were particularly happy to see the kids participating. And it really brings the parents out and grandparents as well. So that was well attended and well done by the school system.
Thank you. Well, Maria.
I thank you very much for everything. It's been great being with you guys. It's a great organization. We're very fortunate to have you, because even though, you know, I never thought the work was going to be hard with someone like you leading this team. Don't want to really go away, so anything I can do to help, you know where to find me.
And you're not going away, because I got your phone number on my phone.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad.
Mr. Turner.
I just wanted to ask if we could publicly send our regards to Mrs. Smoke, and I hope things. Hope she's doing okay. I know that was sad news, but I also am very excited about hearing more about the Superintendent School Safety Committee, whatever we're officially calling it, and maybe at some point in the future, after they meet a few times, they can give a report to the board. It would be very exciting to hear some of the innovative strategies maybe they'll suggest. And then finally, I just wanted to, I don't think we'll meet again, but I wanted to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. It's kind of scary. It's coming up so fast.
That's right. Mr. Murray.
Okay. I too would like to thank everyone for their support. I too would like to thank everyone for their support in our election and with running at large for the county. I certainly appreciate it. Looking to return and work with everyone in the next few years with the board here. So I thank you. I also have a big thank you for you, Ms. Waller. In my 1 year, it's a pleasure to have you on the board, and certainly we'll miss you and wish you the best, and stay with us in touch.
Thank you.
I always enjoy the student reports, and I think we heard a lot about the homecomings tonight. I heard record settings for homecomings. I think that's important, and I congratulate everyone that participates in all the student activities, the students and things that you do. Also, with American Education Week this week, I think it is important to take time, if you can, and go out, visit the schools, visit your children. I know most children love to have their parents come in. I know as they get older, sometimes they might not, but it's important, and it shows communication with your students and with the school and the teachers. I think that's very important. The grants, again, is just outstanding. I can't put in words the numbers, the figures, and how that affects and helps all of us, and particularly the students here. Also, and my last thing, the Wicomico County Education celebrating 150 years, and I think that is so important. I know there's a lot of people, but I'm kind of a real big history buff, and I think it's very proud to be in a county where we're going over this. I just recently was given something from Wicomico High School of 1907, and it's interesting reading back and some of the things that they did, and of course the cost of things and what it cost them. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that from your yearbook when you were at Y-High?
It was. Just remember, you were 1906.
That's a good one. Yes, Michael and I were Y-High classmates, and I am older than Michael, for the record. So, I like Mr. Brown talked about. I went to the choices with the bicycles, which was awesome, and I was the same way. Like they're riding down the road with no helmets. Like, oh my goodness, what's our liability coverage? Where's Bruce? Where's the insurance? But that was a great event. There were some very happy young people. Last Thursday, with some of my colleagues, I attended at James and Bennett the faith-based partnership dinner. Dr. Whitehead always does a great job in organizing that. It's so rewarding to see all the area churches that partner with our schools. Some schools have more than one partner, and that's just amazing, and that's a great help to our schools. Like Bill talked about, Thanksgiving, so it's a season of thanks. So would say I'm very thankful for the Wicomico County Public School System. We have a great system that provides a great education through all of your work to a great number of students who go on to do great things, which is seen by our student reps here. They're already doing great things, and as Mr. Fitzgerald had said, it's the highlight of our evening for these meetings with those of you. Finally, very thankful for Maria Waller. I think I mentioned this before, but she and I were appointed by the governor at the same time, started on the board at the same time. Vividly remember, vividly remember in line for dinner, and we looked at each other and said we're both very nervous, and an hour later we're sitting at this table. So I'm going to miss you so much. I feel like a closeness to you because we were appointed at the same time. You made some great contributions to the board. As Mr. Fitzgerald said, don't go far because we know where to find you. But we appreciate your service, and good luck to whatever you do next. Thank you.
I think I'll have to go back to work.
Well, I got a few things, but the first thing is, I sit here before you tonight, a humbled man. I've never run for elected position, and the turnout in this community backing me is very, very humbling. And it's all about the students. It's not about Don Fitzgerald. So, to everybody watching tonight, thank you. Thank you to all in here, but also all in the public. Again, I was with Gene at the Faith-Based Partners Promise, and that's an awesome venue to have that many people backing our students. And what they do, the extras they give them, the food they give them, it's just awesome. I also was out at the mall, and I was at Choices. And at the mall, I didn't know what to expect when I went out there. But just standing there watching the little ones, the big ones, just seeing the smile and all the people they brought with them. You know, when you bring kids out, parents and grandparents will follow. So it was an awesome day, a good way to celebrate 150 years. And I want to thank Paul. He's not here tonight, but for him leading that. Also, as I sit here tonight, I want everyone to thank for my mentor in this position, Mr. Willie. Mr. Willie's had a stroke. He's at Health South. He's doing well, but he's got to have some, services there. So keep him in your prayer, because he was my true mentor here. So with that said, happy Thanksgiving to everyone, and we'll see everyone in December. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.